It is a great pleasure to be with you at this last of the 5 seminars that took place within the Ubuntu United Nations trainings. I had the honor to participate in the launching of this initiative back in May as Club de Madrid president, and it is a pleasure to be here today again to close the cycle. Now allow me first of all to reiterate our gratitude to the people who worked on this project, Rui Marquez, Monica Rocha, and all the staff that has worked in the organization of all the activities that have constituted the Ubuntu United Nations trainings and to achieve great results. I would like to congratulate all the young people, the delegates that participated, for your incredible effort and commitment. I hope that these trainings will give you a useful knowledge and skills and motivation for a renewed commitment to act in the countries as bridge builders, seeking the common good for your communities. Now, as president of Club de Madrid, an organization of 110 democratic former heads of state and government from more than 70 countries, I believe that democracy is best shaped by the citizens and leaders of each country. For almost 15 years by now, Club de Madrid has promoted the idea and the concept of shared societies, in which all individuals hold a status of being equal contributing participants, free to express their differences, while, very importantly, integrating their voices within a broader population and for the inclusive implementation of Agenda 2030 as a guiding framework. It is important to do this and to respect everyone's dignity and human rights while providing every individual with equal opportunity to engage in policy development. As partners of the Ubuntu United Nations initiative, Club de Madrid, we welcome the initiatives that may arise from the dialogues, and I would welcome you to meet with our secretariat in Madrid and to discuss further ideas for the future. Now, today the themes of the discussion will be gender equality and environmental crisis, two very big and central issues of current times in which you play an important role, and the entire young generation plays an important role in this. We have established earlier this year a global commission for dealing with the questions of democracy in emergencies. Club de Madrid obviously is very interested in these problems that arise in our time, and we have produced a report which will be published shortly with a number of recommendations. Among the key recommendations, we include the importance of the participation of women and youth in decision-making and thinking of current decisions that influence the future generations. Now, 26 years ago, feminists, activists, and young people from all over the world came together and worked on achieving a gender equality through its historic Beijing Declaration, and came to the consensus on the centrality of gender equality to achievement of development goals and human rights, including promotion of peaceful and inclusive societies, justice for all, and effective, inclusive, and accountable institutions at all levels. Despite all the advances and all the efforts that civil society, youth, institutions, and overall feminists around the globe are doing, we must continue to work on these important objectives so that the COVID-19 pandemic does not reverse all the progress. We at the Club de Madrid put gender equality at the center of our work because our vision of democracy that delivers is achieved only through equal rights and opportunities for all. Now let me say a few words also about the climate change and the problems which characterize our era. The Glasgow Climate Pact, which was agreed at the 26th UN Climate Change Conference in November, has contained some encouraging commitments, but it has been largely criticized for not going far enough. Youth indeed plays a crucial role in combating climate change, and we have seen how young people are demanding urgent climate action and have placed a sense of urgency and outrage in the political sphere, leading important protests in the streets and in the conferences. Youth has constructed a powerful platform for change and to propose ideas for concrete actions to address climate change that is being taken into account. Now, climate change is an important subject for Club de Madrid also. Our organization has put together a project which has the objective of building upon the experience of the leadership by the Club de Madrid members, former presidents and prime ministers. And the initiative will pay particular attention to potential of participatory mechanisms to feed into policy-making processes. It has to be intergenerational and it has to be gender-based. There has to be gender equality in this context. Now, in launching of the Ubuntu United Nations initiative, I mentioned how necessary it was for youth to be part of all the important conversations of the United Nations. And today we shall be engaged in two most important topics of our time. I encourage you to remain connected through the UNN app that the organizers created, which is now a huge network of future leaders for construction of a more just and equitable world. This is important because no initiative, no particular set of meetings like the ones that we are having this year can be final. Continuation is important, and your important work has to continue. Let me conclude by quoting one of the very inspiring young persons, a young woman, a leader and Nobel Prize laureate, Malala Yousafzai. And she said, "There is a moment where you have to choose whether to be silent or to stand up." I encourage you to stand up and continue working to build a more inclusive, respectful, equitable societies and a better world. I wish you all success in your work.